But why you want to sit on this board? Would draw you to this water board. Everybody on there really is well off except me and Mars. Me and Mars are the only one working. Because he worked for Lee Water System. And I asked him, I said, well, do you run Lee Water System like this? No, But then you voting on everything for them to run our water system in the ground. If we're going to save our water, y'all got to drink this water. I don't think we realize how serious this is. We got to drink this water. That's just something that you can't replace water. It's not something you can get in a lab and mix up, get a little mixture and mix up and make some water. It's not like that. You can't subsidize water with the food bank. It's not like that. You either hooked up to the water, gonna get water, or you ain't gonna get no water. We got people right now. We have a lady that they're garnishing her check for $30,000. Y'all know that woman ain't spent no $30,000. But they messed up her bills, and she had been complaining about her bills for a couple of years, and so she ended up moving out of that apartment. We helped her find another apartment. She moved to another apartment, but that $30,000 bill followed her. Even though the water is in her husband's name, where they staying at now, they still want that $30,000. And they know that woman ain't spent no $30,000. Two people in an apartment, they're literally going to garnish her a check. I don't even see how that is possible. They have fired every black contractor. We got maybe a few of them left that's hid in them. They I think it's Terminus. Is that Terminus? That's a financial group that actually has been keeping the rating up, Richard. If it wasn't for them, our rating would be down and we wouldn't be able to do nothing. They have given us sound advice. And I'll make sure I ask William the name of the financial group. I think it's Terminus, not mine. I've been on the phone with 60 minutes. So, trying to hire a group, which I don't want to call their name because I don't know whether I will be, messing up or nothing, that advised the county into bankruptcy. They were part of our bankruptcy. So you know who I'm talking about. The financial people there. So why would you get rid of one that has helped you, because it's black owned, to pick up someone, and the owner of it is 98, he's 98 years old, and they have advised several companies into bankruptcy. And the county was one of them. They said, we didn't get it. That wasn't true. We didn't get that advice. Y'all was the financial consultant that was hired by the county at that time. Y'all was the only one, so somebody had to give them that advice. They are promoting personnel. They was over there stealing copper, pipes or something. They forced the supervisor into retirement, told me, you're going to retire, we're going to fire you because of them stealing. But like he said, I was a regular lay person. When y'all promoted me into this position, you knew they were stealing then. So why would you fire me for 2 years when they've been stealing 15? They put somebody white in that position. So they have dwindled down to where it is a black and white issue over there. They are not promoting people from that has experience. And I'm getting this from the people that work there. And they have an association they don't have the union, they have an employee association. People are being promoted over them without the time. They don't have the time that they have. The ones they promote have to come back and still ask them. Just say, I'm gonna put this like some chemical you gotta put in there for the water and stuff. They call them back. Man, did I do this right? Did I put this and that? You still gotta go back to the people who they promoting you over. You know what to do.
I wouldn't tell them they would have to.
Man, that's how I drank the water and then it killed them. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
You know what I mean? And I said, do you know? So it's, y'all, I'm telling you, I can promote it, but I can't even join the lawsuit. They told me, my attorney told me I couldn't even join. But that ain't gonna stop me from giving my $1,000. And I work just like y'all do. I work 2 jobs. I always have. My husband, we work for a living. And no money tree. I don't have no family money tied up where I can go to 401k and get out there. I'm just a regular worker like everybody else. We are going to have to invest in this. We have been talking to some rich people trying to see if they can get us some money, a pot of money, to get these attorneys to work out. Money, you know, we can get $2, we gonna all over the money, and I trust rich. If you get $50 of my money, I trust you, because I don't give money, and especially don't get down to a man. They ain't gonna give a dang. But I trust him. But we're gonna have to do something, and we cannot keep waiting. They're saying we are broke, but it's not so much of us being broke. I think it's the access we do have to just got a loan, that lead pipe loan, and it's supposed to cover Fairfield, Inslee, Dolomite, Central Parks, parts of West End. Trusted to make sure that they do those pipes. They put them on administrative leave, getting paid, paying him. Person that's in their job that's white, that I don't think that don't have a clue. So we're checking to make sure once the work starts from the customer part, that they make sure they have people that go out there and make sure they put up, and that's all really that I can do, but the lawyers can do more. They will not give us paperwork. They told us we have to come to Porter's office that's up there at the water board. And they got contracts with the accounting people that the board don't have a contract. The attorney Porter got the contract. So we see no pricing of nothing. Only charging 52, the old board wasn't doing it right neither. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. They're doing right, but this one sure ain't doing right. They doubling down. They're charging 52, the attorneys are charging 52% more. every bid that was, they said was a single bid, most single bids are from people who, they can't handle the, when you get a low bid, it be black companies, and they get, are either minority, they are bid low, and they'll get the contract. They pulled every last one of them and rebid them out. How about we don't know how much they are paying? Because they got them going through court.
Commissioner, what was the purpose in them pulling those low bid contracts? Was it after an audit? Was it those judges who were doing the work? What was the reason behind it?
The audit didn't even show that. The audit didn't show that. The audit showed something totally different, had nothing to do with the bid process. And that's what they do. Yes, they said what it was, DEI. You can go back and listen to the meeting. Hudson said, that's DEI. And me and Jobs at the same time said, no, that's not. And,
Alabama state law, bid law, they call it.
and and that's what they're doing. So all the contracts that we did have, we ain't got no more. Cause they put it low. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, they put in a bid with the Watersworks, and it was a competitive. And we was on the agenda on November 17th. And it was not voted upon, we were told, by in writing, by email, that the reason for not being voted upon was because the CEO had to sign off, it had to go through the CEO, and the CEO had to present it.
Not at that time, not in November they did not, because if you remember William, the board, when y'all did that, the board was letting the sheriff sign off on everything. That's how Parnell got his contract.
Yes.
That's how those 5 people up there got a chance to be in the pension fund, the ones that had never been in there, because the chairperson signed off on it. So long as she signed off, which she did on y'all contract. So now, in the new resolution that was the law from the State House said that the CEO got to sign off. That's a new one, that wasn't in place in November.
Engineering and construction.
Yeah.
However,
He got to recommend it to
But that was back then, and it shouldn't even count toward her contract.
Their contract was before this, but they said that's in the law.
however, I have sent email to the young lady that did that formed the process of going through our paperwork. And she in return told me that I had to send the information to Roy Sloan to get the status of the bid. And I did that. And Roy Sloan sent me back to her. But I have also sent another email to both of them, asking them again for the status. Now, my next move is gonna send it to the director. And I'm gonna send the email to him on Monday.
And you need to send it to all the children, all of the board.
Okay. All right, and I'll do that, but the thing about it is, after then, I'm gonna be busy with my
It's, y'all, when I tell you how hard it is just sitting up there, if, sometimes I just bust out laughing, because if I don't, I be about, I be wanting to cry. And I just, I don't, nothing, this stuff cannot really be a lie. It's gotta be against the law.
The book came out in '97 called "The Spook Who Sat By the Door." That's all y'all job is to do. I mean, job is y'all play good or bad, cause good or job is kind of a mental thing. The main purpose is that to let us know know what they doing. The spook who sat by the door, look at what, somebody up there who, I seen the last board and the one before then, where they, board buddy went in. I'm gonna need y'all, got rid of Bob Dickinson contract the first time, but we was, I'm gonna need y'all help, I heard the guy say, I'm gonna need y'all help on this, and Paul White voted with him. So y'all up there for, I just wanna encourage you, the spook who sat by the door. Be yourself, raise hell and all that, but know that your main purpose is to get information you can bring back to us.
Ms. Brown.
I have a question. Days where the public can sit in on your.
Yeah, no, they can come in now.
Can't say no.
Can ask questions like we would do the city council?
But I feel like no one has tried to, no one has came up there and tried, they told me I couldn't speak, but you see now I wouldn't leave. But council ain't nobody trying to come up there and
Right.
speak.
Yeah,
I
so
stood out there waiting for an hour and 15 minutes, raising hell, they finally let me speak. So they'll let you speak, if you come up there and say something, then you sit down there and don't say nothing, no. But then I got up speaking when they to shut up, I didn't, but they escorted me out, but he had to put his hand on me, and I told him, we're gonna tear this whole room.
They drugged me out. I mean,
And they drug him out, and that guy got a promotion that drug you out, he got him some extra money.
He got a promotion.
I don't know
He
what
the
he
only
got
black
promotion.
that's in the executive team, not the one that man down me, 73-year-old man.
And got 2 women, and they white, but the rest, is white men.
What do y'all have?
They called a meeting for we got a call meeting Monday. They just called me out the blue.
No.
No, just, I emailed us Friday and called a meeting at 4 o'clock, I think it's Monday. And we supposed to meet, I think twice, is it twice a month? And we've been meeting look like every week. And they called a meeting to pass one of their friends' contract. Now we got a meeting, on Monday.
Yeah, we used to have, we had set days for meeting, like,
Now, these folks,
Wednesday, it would be the second Wednesday of the month, and the fourth Wednesday of the month. You can have a call meeting, but back when I was up there, you had to have 2 people to call without 5 initially, and then when the board expanded, still any 2 people to get together. Like Charles and Sheila, they get together and say, we want to meet, they don't have to come, you won't have a quorum.
and then we have another meeting on the regular board meeting on Monday. At 4 o'clock on Friday, it will be a call meeting at 3.
That's a committee.
And the,
What one should go to? Committee or the general meeting?
because they do them both back to back.
So, show up and vote.
So up there, both, and the one on Monday is at 6:30. Yeah.
With some of the details next week.
Yeah.
And that, wait a minute, that's Martin Luther King Day.
The 19th, Monday?
Yeah, and I told them that was Martin Luther King Day. They don't want us to show up where they put it. They always bring up something from the floor. And we don't know what it is until we get there. I'm doing y'all the best I cannot speak, I can't shake hands. I can't do that. Maybe someone else can move around like that. Y'all can find somebody better, but I just can't do it.
Well, you're the president.
You actually represent Simon Doe. It's an angry school. You got 2 schools. One of them, he battled with them mentally. You know, he showed them to be what they are, the other one be mad with it. What they had kind of put it in.
I get on one day, one potential that, KI, her last arrest on the 13th January, so that's something we want to kind of pay close attention to as well.
Request permission to be properly relieved to have another meeting. We did start 20 minutes late, so it kind of took it in the future, disadvantage to me. But I want to say this.